Hi, very good afternoon to all. And if you are able to see my screen, hear my voice loud and clear, and see me as well, please type yes in the chat box so we know that we are all set to begin for this amazing session. Please use your chat window and just let us know that we are all set to. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it gives me an indicator that we are all set to begin. And before I begin, just wanted to check a quick sense check that uh, I'll be running a short poll and just wanted to understand that how many of you have in past attended any of the session from Challenging Horizons, so I can save time in introducing ourselves. If the majority of audience still uh, is new, then I will share more about us as an organization, or I'll simply start the session. So I'll just launch a poll. Please use this poll and let us know that if you have attended any of the session in past from Challenging Horizons. Wait for some more seconds. Oh, so I think I'll go with majority. 86% of people are saying that 86% of people are saying that you have not attended any of the sessions. So I'll take this opportunity to introduce um, uh, our organization. So I'm Virendra Singh Rathod, and I'm the co-founder for Challenging Horizons and managing partner. Uh, Before even we talk about what Challenging Horizons as an organization we do, I wanted to share a little bit, about the Skill India movement. On the screen, you can see there's something called a Skill India movement, converting setbacks into comebacks. Now, what was the intention of we starting Skill India movement? Today, I think I don't have to explain or express the kind of uncertainty we all of us been exposed to or gone through, and some or the other way it has affected us. Now in this process, what we thought is that there are situations which are not in your control, but there are few things which are definitely in your control, that how you respond to these situations. Now keeping that in mind, as a learning organization, we thought, why don't we create series of programs under Skill India movement, which can definitely help at an individual level uh, to anybody who needs to take some actions. And these actions decide that what could be the outcome of these situations will keep on coming. Today is in form of COVID, yesterday it was in form of something else, and tomorrow it will come in something else. But the core essence is our own actions, how we respond to these situations truly define that how we are going to deal with these situations. So keeping that in mind, we thought we create a series of sessions under Skill India movement, which can help individuals to definitely show some roadmap towards critical challenges at an individual level and at organization level. And we created these series of program, and today we are on discussing on the topic learning secrets of keeping lifelong customer relationship. Now in today's era, where it's very difficult to find a new customer, and it becomes equally very important that we reflect back on our past customer, existing customer, and go deeper into understanding customer relationship. Gone are those days when the product peddling used to done and customer used to just buy only looking at product. Today it has gone far beyond that, and I'm sure who could be the best person to share more about today's session, other than Prakash Keswani. So I'll talk more about Prakash in coming slide. Now, in the Skill India movement, these are the nine. These are nine our core team members who have been coming on every Tuesday and every Friday with specific topics. And we these are the 90 minutes topic where we share our insight on the critical areas where a person can if a person apply these things, it can definitely help him to move forward with speed, in any kind of uncertainty of a crisis. As an organization, this is a statement which I always reinforce in any forum where I'm presenting. This is the core of our organization. This is what keeps us driving. And as an organization, we believe that any individual, he comes with some amount of potential, and if that potential can be given a correct direction, there is no amount of uncertainty or crisis a person cannot manage. So as an organization, we any intervention we are driving, or any program we are driving, we consider that how can we bring a positive transformation, whether it's an individual level or an organization level, and help him to reach that individual's true potential, and which in turn can help society at large. So this is where it keeps on driving us as an organization. These are the three kind of services where we provide to various individuals and organization. The first is capability development solution, where we help organization to develop capabilities at different levels of leadership, managers, and individual contributor. Also, we work with entrepreneurs, specific skill sets to take their business to the next level. In consulting practices, we work very closely with learning and development department of an organization to drive various learning interventions within the organization, and also drive various business focus interventions where an organization want to achieve a specific business goal, and they want an extended support of experts like us to reach that business objective. So we do various business consulting project with these organizations. Also, I'm very proud to share that we are very few of the behavioral skills and OD background organization who have very strong technical support of learning management system. So past 2 years, we were working on developing a learning management system, and today our learning management system is, a lot of organizations are using that. And in today's critical environment where everything has suddenly become virtual, LMS comes as a rescue for these organizations to organize, not only organize the learning, but also help individuals to achieve their specific learning objectives through a structured process. So that's largely as an organization we do. It's more than 15 years we are into learning and development, and 200 plus more 200 plus organization where we have served 19 different industry. And the core essence of our team is a research oriented content, and our team member who come with a very strong business background and very rich facilitation skills. Now today you'll witness one with Prakash, how all his 35 years of experience, how he put in a very, very simple and a practical way to the audience. As an organization, as I mentioned, that we work close to more than 200 plus organization. I'm sure few of you might be attending from these organizations. And the best part is that a lot of things we have learned while working with these organizations, while working on various, whether it's crafting a learning journey for an individual or supporting them to achieve a specific business goal through a business intervention. So a lot of learnings, a lot of things which we share in our program comes with a rich exposure of while working with all these clients, from an e-commerce giant like Amazon to manufacturers like Tata. So all you will be getting from our side will also be supported with a very practical approach of dealing with situations. Now, not taking much time, let me take this opportunity to introduce our speaker, my dear friend and mentor, Prakash Keswani. Now, a slide, I think this slide is very short to explain about Prakash, but if I have to summarize Prakash into few words, he's few of the rare individual who not only teaches about the importance of customers, but actually practice till date. And I'm sure today he'll be sharing some of the live examples from his own journey. So whatever you're going to hear from Prakash is a rich 30 years of experience, hardcore experience into sales and marketing, dealing with various customers, setting up various sales driven customer centric organizations, supporting them to reach the next level of customer service in his career. And from past couple of years, he has been mentoring various organizations when it comes to sales and customer service. So Prakash, all over to you, and wish you all the best. I'm sure today people attending this session are going to immensely benefit from your rich knowledge. So all over to you. I'll just stop sharing my screen, and let's have an amazing session from you.
Thank you so much, Viren. I hope I'm audible. If I can just get a thumbs up from some of the participants, I would be happy to continue. Awesome. So that means I am audible. All right. Thank you so much, Viren, for these kind words. In fact, I was wondering when you say that I have got 35 years of experience, you make me feel like old. But trust me, I am still very young. I still love meeting my customers. I meet up with the same enthusiasm, with the
Prakash,
same smile.
Prakash, there's
Yes,
a little bit of audio disturbance.
my audio
Voice,
is not clear.
voice is little bit cracking.
Okay, is it okay now? Is it better now?
Still, it's cracking, I think.
Okay, just a minute. I will change my. Just give me a minute. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, much better, much better.
All right. All right. So as I was saying, I would really like to thank Viren for giving this wonderful opportunity through his amazing organization that he's created over a period of time. And if I were to say, Viren really goes out of his way to take care of his customers, and the way he conducts himself and the way his organization conducts, it's a reflection of what I'm about to you. So some of my experience have been rich thanks to the way Viren has also conducted his businesses, the way he goes for his customers. So I'm going to share some of those insights. And by the way, Viren, when you said 35 years of experience, it made me look like a very old person. I'm not that old. I'm still a young heart. I still meet my customers with the same enthusiasm and same that childlike curiosity is still there to know more about the customers and to engage with them. So what does my first slide says? The customer is the king, right? But how many of us really believe that we treat our customers like the king? I don't know. In fact, I would like to take a quick poll here by asking few people out here, how many of you are actually directly engaging with the customers, directly or indirectly? Viren, can I have that poll on, please?
Yes, yes, I have.
So just want to know from the participants present here, how many of you actually feel that you're directly responsible? And how many of you feel that, no, I'm not directly, but I'm indirectly responsible for my customers?
Just wait for a couple of seconds.
Sure.
Yeah, I think majority, 74% people are from directly responsible.
All right.
Yeah,
And
that's the
26%
point.
feel they are indirectly responsible for customer engagement.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when I say 76% of the people here feel that they are directly responsible for the customers, is it safe for me to assume that they directly are interacting with the customers on a day-to-day basis? Or they are responsible for creating processes and system for your customers so that the last mile result with the customer is effective? So I do not know what you mean by directly responsible, right? The first and foremost mindset that each one of us present here has to understand, we all are responsible for our customers. I'm sorry when the 26% said that they are indirectly responsible. I would like you to start thinking, if you want to make any message out of this conversation that we're going to have here, that unless and until you take the ownership of accepting the fact that though you may not be directly engaging with the customer, but you are actually responsible for your customer. Let me share a quick story with you here. how many of you know about the company or the hotel called Ritz-Carlton, right? It's supposed to be one of the most premier, well-sought properties in the world. And there is a book written called Excellence by the owner of the hotel, the co-founder. And he mentions a very interesting situation which happened in his hotel. You see, there was an accountant who was walking by the hotel room, and she noticed in the trash, I'm repeating the word trash, nuts which were thrown by the customer or the resident or the person who was a guest out there. And these nuts were covered with basically a little bit of chocolate, because what happens is Ritz-Carlton has a process or has a system of giving goodnight cookies to their guests before they retire for the bed. And what she noticed that this customer had already ate the cookie, but because he did not like the nuts, he had discarded the nuts, and the nuts were now in the trash can. Now, mind you, this is an accountant who has got no relationship with the customer. She's never in front of the customer, but happens to pass by watching that trash. So what do you think she does? She realizes that the customer does not like nuts in his cookies. So she goes to the bakeries and makes a suggestion that please change the cookie that you're serving to the guest in this room number so-and-so without any chocolate. Oh, sorry, without any nuts. Now, what would you call this incident as? Where do you think this happened? Why do you think this happened? Because in his book, he says very clearly, we are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. That's what he says. I'm not in the hotel business. I am not in the property business. I am not in the hospitality business. I am in the business of serving ladies and gentlemen, and the people who are serving are also ladies and gentlemen. So when you have that kind of mindset, customer service becomes a wow. I'm sure we all have our restrictions, we all have our challenges to follow within certain framework as defined by the organization. But what is your attitude? What is your mindset? How do you perceive the customer? Now, it's very important for you to get that feeling. You know, I always say this, intent follows action. So what's your intent? Just because you're an accountant, just because you're in logistics, just because you're in a different department, do you wash off your hands and say, hey, that's not my priority, that's my customer service role, or that is my salesperson's role? So unless and until an organization is not geared up, every employee does not think about the customer, trust me, it ain't going to work for you. I remember many years ago, earlier in my career, you know, our managing director at that time, now late Mr. Akhil Kumar Marfatia, he had a very clear instruction for all leaders to us. He used to tell us very clearly, he says, whatever you do, just check, is it going to help the man on the field? That means the person who's actually going out on the field and meeting the customer, whatever policies, whatever marketing techniques, whatever product promotion you want to do, his first question was check whether it's going to help the man on the field. Because if it's going to help the man on the field, it's definitely going to help the customer, because he is the one who's engaging with the customer. So if the entire organization mindset is woven around the fact that we have to look after our customers, wow, you know, then whatever I say will and should make sense to you. But your mindset is, hey, it's not my department, if it's not my cup of tea, it's not my baby, I'm an accountant, I'm a logistics person, I'm in charge of the production, then you lost the pitch. The first thing, you need to change your attitude towards how do you look at your customer. And then, and genuinely I feel, you will be able to crown your customer, then you will be able to treat him like a king. So in the entire session that we have planned out, we planned it out in two parts. One is what we call the why part, where we'll discuss about the attitude that is required for serving a customer, the kind of mindset that you need to have. And second is, hopefully, we we'll talk about some techniques, we'll talk about the how part as to how we can actually crown our customers. तो पहले नियत बनाइए, आप पे आप, things will follow the place, whether you have the resources or you don't have the resources. But if your intent is there, it will happen for you. So let's start by asking some questions. If you really feel that the customer is a king and the customer is the one who has to wear the crown, let me ask you a few questions on behalf of the customer. Mind you, today you are also a customer to someone, and we play the dual role. We also serve some customers, and we are also our customers. So let me ask universally on behalf of all the people out there who are also customers some questions. First question I would like to ask is, why do we say no to our customers? Can I have a quick some answers in the chat box, if you can use the chat box, and if you can tell me, why do we say no to a customer? Quickly, if you can put some thoughts, use the chat box option and tell me, why do we say no to the customer? Okay. I love the answers that I'm getting. We say no because it's against the policy. It's not a profitable deal. We may lose the customer trust. Sometime due to less time, high demand of the customers. Wow. Okay. Unrealistic demand, real reluctance. And I'm sure all of them are right. I'm not disputing that. But let me ask you one more question. Why do you keep your customers on the hold? I'm talking on behalf of the customer. Why do you make me go through so many voicemail prompts? Dial 2, dial 3, if you want this. Why do you make me go through this? I know you're doing it in the name of the efficiency. I understand the logic behind it. But do you feel, how does the customer feel about it? कभी सोचा है आपने कि उसके दिल पे क्या बीत रही है, उसको कोई अर्जेंट कॉल करना होगा, उसको कोई अर्जेंट क्वेरी करना होगा, उसको कुछ अर्जेंट रेजोल्यूशन चाहिए होगा, मगर he has to go through the entire, dial 2, dial 3, he has to go through the entire voice chat. Why do you make him do that? Another question. Why do we make it so hard for our customers to reach us? Now, when I'm talking about reach us, it does not mean only the office hours. Why do we say after 5:30, I'm sorry, you will have to come tomorrow, or you will have to come some other time? Why do we do that? Now, I know there is a practical way to approach it. We will address these issues as we go ahead. But if you're going to treat the customer like a king, mind you, you said that you want to treat the customer like a king, then why are you keeping him on the hold? Why are you making it so difficult for him to reach out to you? In fact, I was just reading a book in which it mentioned, when Jeff Bezos started Amazon, the instruction that he gave to all his employees, he said very clearly, treat your everyday like the first day. So my question to you is, some of you are in the sales field, right? Some of you go through a lot of struggle, a lot of challenges to make sure that you get your customer. But once you get your customer, why do you take him for granted? Why do you assume that he will continue to do business with you? Trust me, in today's time and world, he has got amazing options available for him. So if our attitude is, can I treat him the way I treated him the first time when I first met him? When I first wooed him, if I may use this word, or if I may use my Bombaya English and say, उसको मैंने पहली बार जब पटाया उसको, जब मैंने उसको क्लोज किया उसको पहली बार, उस वक्त तो आपका एटीट्यूड बहुत बढ़िया था. बाद में क्या हो गया? जब वो एक बार वो कस्टमर बन गया आपका, फिर आपने उसको उस प्रेम भाव से, उस श्रद्धा से, उस इंटेंसिटी से उसको सेकेंड या थर्ड टाइम क्यों नहीं कॉल किया? आपने क्यों उसको बोला कि सर, दिस इज नॉट माय प्रॉब्लम, व्हाई डोंट यू कांटेक्ट माय कस्टमर सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट? Now, these are some of the questions that I really want you to ask. And finally, As I said earlier also, why do you automate your response? Why do you make it so difficult for the customer to reach out to you? And last, why do you always quote company policy? I noticed in the chat also someone mentioned it's against my company policy. Wow. Now, these are the questions which the customer is asking you now. Now, do you have an honest, intentful answer? I don't know. Maybe that's what I meant, that you need to change your mindset, because you have to, because see, these are the things that you have also gone through yourself. ये आपने भी एहसास किया, ये भी आपका रोना है, ये भी आप रो चुके हो कि मुझे कस्टमर, मैं इतनी बार फोन कर रहा हूं, मुझे होल्ड पे क्यों रखा गया है, मुझे इस डिपार्टमेंट से इस लाइन से उस लाइन में क्यों बार बार ट्रांसफर किया जा रहा है, ये आपने भी फील किया होगा. And therefore I'm asking you, who's responsible for it? You may say it's not my company policy, you may say I'm not responsible, मैं क्या कर सकता हूं, मैं तो लाचार हूं, मजबूर हूं. You can say that, and maybe you will get away with that. But as I said, आपकी नियत क्या है, आपका इंटेंट क्या है. कंपनी की पॉलिसीज, प्रोडक्ट फीचर्स, प्राइसिंग के पीछे मत छुपिए. Don't hide behind these facades. If you really want to woo your customer, you got to make sure that you go out of the way for him. And for that, the intention is so very important. All right. So let's go ahead. These are the questions that we really want to know. Okay. And if you can come up with some genuine answers, I'm going to leave some food for thought for you. Go back and ask the way you address some of the customer issues by saying, sir, this is not a part of my department, or this is not a part within the purview. Whatever you have said, now re-examine your answers and ask yourself, could you have handled it better? Sure, I understand that it's difficult for you to match with that price that he's asking for. I understand that challenge. But is there a better way you could have addressed this? I'm sure he's becoming excessive demanding for what he wants, a feature which you don't have. But I'm sure you can handle it in a better manner. Now, these are the very basic nuances which you need to understand and you need to touch upon. Because if that is missing, then trust me, your customer has really many options. So once you learn to within yourself answer that why cannot I make life comfortable for my customer? Why can't I treat him like a human being? Why can't I treat him like a fellow customer, the way I would like to be treated on? The moment you start thinking on that emotive line, trust me, you will find within the quote unquote your defined company policy, आपको solution मिलेगा. आप उस solution को ढूंढ निकालोगे. आप लाचार नहीं हो, आप हताश नहीं हो. ये मैं इसलिए आपको कह रहा हूं क्योंकि in so many years of my working experience, I have come across many such situations where it was not within the company policy for me to do it. But because I understood the pain of the customer, because I was empathetic towards him, I found out a solution which was a win-win for both of us. And that is what I am asking you. And that is where I am asking you to reflect upon yourself and find out for yourself is, can you do something about it? As you will unfold in the coming slides, we will understand there are techniques as to how you do this. And I'm hoping that some of you will actually use it as food for thought. If you're looking for some instant solution that Prakash Keswani will give you, I'm not a Gyan Baba. I am not someone who can give you, but I will promise you, make you think differently. मैं आपको सोचने पे मजबूर कर दूंगा कि आप अपने within the same policies that you have, within the same system that you have, can you think out of the box and reach out to your customer and make him giving that kingly feeling that we're talking about? ये आप कर सकते हो. Will you do it all the times? I don't know. But even if you can do it most of the time, trust me, you will sleep well. You will realize that you have done anything and everything that was possible within you to treat him like a fellow customer. All right, Let's go on. This is very interesting. Some of you represent some very good companies out here. And if you notice, your brand has a promise, right? But the way he experiences your brand is what the point of truth is. So let's look at some famous brands. Like what comes to my mind is the brand of Lego. The toy. What is their brand promise? Endless play. If you look at from financial services called Citibank, their promise is city never sleeps, right? So can some of you in the chat box tell me what brand does your organization represent? If you can quickly give me some ideas, I would be delighted. I can see if you can share your take control. I would presume it is JK Tires. I can see someone said friend for life. I'm sure it must be from Eureka Forbes. Give me a thumbs up if it's from Eureka Forbes, because that's what was my initial training all about. That's where I learned the value of friend for life. Awesome. Making our world safer. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, if this is your brand promise, then ask yourself genuinely, does your customer experience reflect that? जो आपने वादा किया है कस्टमर को कि I'm friend for life, we will make the world safer for you, does his experience show it? If the answer is yes, trust me, you are right on track. But agar answer nahi hai, that's where the gap is. That's where you need to work. And that is what I'm hoping to cover in this session. Please understand, the moment of reality, the moment of truth for the customer is when he has that experience with you. All right? And when you live up to your brand promise, that's the time the real value of customer service gets enhanced. यहाँ पर मुझे एक कंपनी का नाम याद आता है. He's a very famous retailer called Nonstrom. Okay, now they are the very famous retailer. They are like Shoppers Stop, and their customer service is legendary. I'm using the word legendary. Matlab, a lot of books have been written about it. If you go on the Google, you will find that they have done amazing thing for their customers, because they really, really believe in the fact that they really want to crown their customer. Okay. Now, you see, their customer experience lives up to the brand promise. And if you genuinely believe that, then you have to tune yourself to that thought process. आपको अपनी सोच को उसी लाइन से अलाइन करना पड़ेगा कि ये मेरा ब्रांड प्रॉमिस है और मुझे उसको जीता जागता मैं एम्बेसडर हूं. You see, very early in my career, I learned this very, very hard lesson, that when I said I am that company, for that customer that I meet, I am that company. So when I said, for example, I worked for 10 years for Eureka Forbes, when I said I am Eureka Forbes, for the customer, I was reflection of Eureka Forbes. So I was what we call the brand ambassador of Eureka Forbes. So the whichever way I conducted myself reflected whether the brand promise that we had, friend for life, uske upar main khara utara ya main niche aa gaya. Now that is what was my personal responsibility, to execute that brand promise which we kept on talking about it. It's very nice in the marketing jargon. It's very nice to shoot a film. It's very nice to create a glossy promotion which says friend for life. But unless and until all the employees do not play that role of friend for life for their customers, you lost the plot, my friend. So it's a nice cliche, it's a nice statement to make. तो आपको वो ब्रांड एक्सपीरियंस को लिव करना पड़ेगा. जब तक ये आपकी सोच में ऐसा नहीं आएगा, trust me, you will find it very, very difficult to live up to this. So let's go ahead. Let me share with you some of the research findings. और ये has been found out keeping in mind in today's what is happening in today's scenario. You know, कस्टमर की जरूरतें और उसका वैल्यू सिस्टम बदलता रहता है, एंड इट्स अ वेरी डायनामिक. तो जैसे आज आप बोल रहे हो ना, कस्टमर को किंग करने के लिए कस्टमर का जो डिमांड है, उसका उसकी जो आशाएं है, उसके जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है, वो इतने सारे हैं कि उसको हमें पूरे करते करते किसवानी साहब मेरी कमर टूट जाएगी. I totally agree with you, but that's the dynamic world that we are living in. Please understand this. कस्टमर की जरूरतें और उसका वैल्यू बार बार चेंज हो रहा है. आज का कस्टमर क्या चाहता है आपसे? He is looking for more information, and information means he is looking for the correct information. He is looking indirectly and advice from you. वो आपको वो सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट मानता है. वो चाहता है कि आप उसे बताएं, उसे गाइड करें कि क्या करना चाहता है. और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, you must be able to solve some of his problem, because if you can't do that, then you know what, it may not work for you. And finally, today's world, information technology is playing a very, very strong role in how the relationship between the customer and the seller is established. And lastly, organization which can sustain, can win customers, can grow customer relationships are the ones that are winning. So this is what the research is saying. कि आज का कस्टमर की वैल्यू चेंज हो रही है, उसकी जरूरतें बदलती जाती हैं. वो चाहता है कि आप उसे एडवाइस करें, वो चाहता है कि आप उसे इंफॉर्मेशन दें, आप उसकी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करें, वो चाहता है कि वो टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करें, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली वो चाहता है, और हमारी ये समझ है कि जैसे जैसे कस्टमर रिलेशनशिप ग्रो होगा, वैसे वैसे आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ग्रो होगा. So there are three components, you know, which set the consumer mindset, you know, और ये तीन चीज आज के हालात में हमें बहुत ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट करती है. और if we do not take care of these three aspects which I'm about to share with you, okay, we will not be competitive and we will not be able to survive for tomorrow. This is what is so very critical. This is what I've understood. Now, I can see some of you have raised your hand. My request to you is, if you can hold on to your questions, we'll be more than happy to address it towards the end of this session. So if you can hold on to your horses, if you can jot it down, and we will then do our best to answer these questions. Okay, so let's understand what are those three things that the customer wants, which is so important in today's time and era. Number one, the customer wants immediate gratification. आज का कस्टमर जल्दबाजी में है. आज का कस्टमर को immediate solution चाहिए. You know why? Because he's got so many options. You know, just to share a simple example, आज जो मतलब 2 दिन पहले जो मेरे साथ हुआ कि someone recommended a product to me at 11:30 in the night on the WhatsApp chat. I immediately looked up on the Google and I found it, and I placed my order at about 12:30 in the morning or 12:30 in AM. I ordered it. Why? Because once I understood what it was, once I liked what I wanted instant solution. Second, the customer wants you to make solution for him flexible. He wants it to make it so that it can address his needs. You know what it says? He says, we want to do the business our way. हमें अपने तरीके से business करना है, आपके हिसाब से business नहीं करना है. This is what आज का customer चाहता है. And last, most important, he wants to treat you like a human being. आप उसको एक इंसान की तरह ट्रीट कीजिए, एक नंबर की तरह ट्रीट मत कीजिए. अ कस्टमर नंबर है या कस्टमर कोड है, उसके साथ उसको मत ट्रीट कीजिए, उसको ट्रीट कीजिए as a human being. So if your policies, or if you're in the business where you're going to meet the customer, you create something for your customer, keep these three things in mind. Today's customer wants instant results. He wants you to be flexible to address his issues, and most importantly, he wants you to touch the human side of it. वो चाहता है कि वो empathetic हो उसके साथ, उसको आपकी sympathy नहीं चाहिए. He wants you to understand how he feels. He wants you to understand that you will give him solution which will be based on his situation. और उसके लिए थोड़ा आपको फ्लेक्सिबल होना पड़ेगा. वहां पर अगर आप बोलोगे कि ये मेरी कंपनी की पॉलिसी, ये मैं कर नहीं पाऊंगा, तो then you have lost the match. Okay. Now let me look at some of the policies which are prevalent right now, which after a little bit of research we found out, which are actually going against the customer. Number one, automation. How many of you feel that automation is actually pushing our customer behind? हमें अपने customer से दूर किए जा रहा है उसे. I know automation is supposed to, kind of what we call bring it closer, but इसके आड़ में, automation के आड़ में, आप customer से दूर होते जाते हो. Okay. According to a research, it says automation actually kills customer loyalty. And he also says in the same book, which I'm going to share with you, why customer leave. In that, he mentions very clearly, he says, we understand why do you do this? Why do you want to use automation? Because it's a cost and time saving device for you. We understand that. But कभी कस्टमर के दृष्टिकोण से सोच के देखिए, कस्टमर के माध्यम से सोच के देखिए, उसको लगता है कि आप उसको अनॉय कर रहे हो. जब बार बार आप उसको बोल रहे हो press 2, press 4, press 5, your call will be answered in 10 minutes, or leave a message, we will get back to you, and you never get back to him, he finds that all very annoying. So what is the better way out? There is a balance. What we are saying is there is a better approach. There is something called एक तरफ efficiency है और एक तरफ effectiveness है. Efficiency का मतलब ये हो गया कि कितने जल्दी आप उस कस्टमर को मिल सकते हो. 1 घंटे में आपने कितने कस्टमर्स को की queries को, या कितने टाइम में, in that given time frame, how many customers were you able to reach out? I'm focusing on the word effectiveness. What is effectiveness? Effectiveness is nothing but when you're able to engage with the customer and give him a very positive feeling. See, आपने क्या कर दिया कि वो ऑटोमेट करके आपने बहुत सारे कस्टमर कॉल्स को हैंडल तो कर लिया. आपने 1 घंटे में 50 कस्टमर को हैंडल कर लिया, मगर आप क्या उसको इफेक्टिवली हैंडल कर पाए? क्या वो कस्टमर में एक वार्म फीलिंग आई आपके ब्रांड की तरफ? क्या उसको लगा कि ये इसके साथ वो एंगेजमेंट हुआ है? Now that is what I'm addressing. Sure, you must be efficient, but do not forget the word effectiveness. And effectiveness means you need to make sure that your customer is engaged. He feels empathetic towards him, right? Now, this is what the balance that you have to strike out. So you'll have to go back, wear your thinking cap, and ask yourself, कि हम कैसे करेंगे? हमें efficiency तो चाहिए, but we also want it to be effective. All right. Let's look at one more challenges. Business hours are never closed. How many of you agree with me? धंधा कभी बंद नहीं होता. I can see a lot of people raising hands and a lot of people saying yes. Okay. अगर आप लोगों का ये जवाब है कि धंधा कभी बंद नहीं होता, तो मेरा सवाल है, आपका धंधा 9 to 5:30 to 5:30 क्या कर रहा है? Why do you open your office at 9 o'clock and close at 5:30? धंधा तो कभी बंद नहीं होना चाहिए, पर हमने धंधे का टाइमिंग कहां से लगा दिया आपने? I understand. See, don't worry, I am on your side. I am just today fighting on behalf of the customer today. आज मैं एक कस्टमर की आवाज बन के आपके साथ बात कर रहा हूं. मैं आपको छेड़ रहा हूं, मैं आपको प्रोवोक कर रहा हूं, मैं आपको सोचने पे मजबूर कर रहा हूं कि ये पॉलिसीज के आड़ में कस्टमर को भूलिए मत. So I understand why you want to have limited business hours. I know why you do it. I'll explain to you. Sometimes your business model does not allow you that luxury of having excellent hours. I understand that. शायद जरूरत नहीं है शायद. दूसरा, अगर मैंने खोल भी लिया 5:30 के बाद, तो जो एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट मुझे इनकर करना पड़ता है ना, एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट का मतलब वो एक आदमी को वहां पर बिठाना, उसको पगार देना, फिर आपके ऑफिस का लाइट, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का कॉस्ट है वो कौन भरेगा? मुश्किल से 2 कस्टमर तो आएंगे, उनके लिए कहाँ ये दुकान को खुला रखूंगा? क्या केसवानी साहब मजाक करते हो आप मेरे साथ? ठीक है. सो यू, आई नो इट मे नॉट बी प्रैक्टिकल इन टर्म्स ऑफ कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट. और आप शायद बोलेंगे कि बॉस देयर हैज टू बी अ लाइन, यू नो, कि धंधे का टाइम अलग है, फैमिली का टाइम भी अलग है. आई एम वेरी मच कॉग्निसेंट ऑफ दैट. मैं बिल्कुल ना नहीं बोल रहा हूं, बट मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि कैन यू फाइंड आउट अ वर्क अराउंड? कैन यू फाइंड अ वे दैट यू कैन स्टिल बी इन टच विद योर कस्टमर? आई अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स कि business model doesn't support it, cost effective नहीं है. I also understand कि we need to draw balance. You know, 24/7 दुकान खुला होगा तो हम लोग जिएंगे कब? और जिनके लिए हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं वो उनके साथ हम जिएंगे कब? I understand all that. But please understand, there is a balance. And I will explain that balance to you. पहले तो कस्टमर के हिसाब से मैं आपको अगर बोलूं तो कस्टमर आज एक इंस्टेंट वर्ल्ड में रहता है. कस्टमर बोलता है कि मुझे सब कुछ चाहिए फटाफट. So in a today's technology, it is possible. Now I'll share with you very quickly how it is possible. See, find out ways and means how your customer can reach out to you even if it is not to you. What do I mean by that? एक ऐसा सिस्टम बनाइए, एक ऐसा प्रोसेस बनाइए कि आफ्टर ऑफिस आवर्स also you can still engage with your customer. You can still talk to your customer, right? 24/7 आपको रहने की जरूरत नहीं है. I'm sure depending upon your business model, depending upon your work that you do, you can work out a strategy where the customer feels, remember the word that I'm using, it's a very positive spin that I'm giving. The customer feels this company was there with me to answer me 24/7. He may not get the total solution. Please understand what I'm saying. There's a difference. What he wants is a response. उसको एक रिस्पॉन्स चाहिए कि उसकी जो भी तकलीफ है. You know what? Many times I have written a mail for a complaint and I get a very standard reply. Thank you so much for contacting us, and within 2-3 working days we will get back to you. Now you know what the problem with that is? My situation was very serious. I did not want to wait for 2 or 3 days for the resolution. So can you sensitize your mail that you keep sending to people? Can you sensitize that mail? Can you make it slightly differently worded? Can you give him a chat box option? We're talking about technology. See, there are many ways you can do it. You know, can you create a medium wherein at least he feels कि यार मेरी आवाज किसी ने सुनी, मेरा दर्द, मेरा पेन जो उस वक्त था किसी ने उसको सुना. Now, how are you going to do it in your business model? How are you going to work around is something which I want you to think through the whole thing. I understand the part that it has to be cost effective. It has not to interfere with your family time. I understand that, but there are ways and means of doing it. And you can only do it if the intent is very strong that you want to do this. All right. Let's understand some facts about our customers. हमारा customer क्या है? जो हम सब लोग बोलते हैं ना, customer is the king. Let me understand. He is our biggest asset. उसके वजह से हमें पगार मिलता है, उसके वजह से हमें promotion मिलता है, सब कुछ हमारा उसी है. वो हमारा दीन बंधु है. और customer वहीं पर जाएगा जहां पर उसको सबसे ज्यादा सेवा मिलेगी. ये बात समझ लीजिए. Wherever he gets his best attention, he will go there. And trust me, if there are no customers, there will be no growth, no profit, no jobs, कुछ नहीं है. So therefore, it is very critical. आप अपने दिमाग में इसको fine tune कर लीजिए, imprint कर लीजिए कि my customer is my king, और उसी के लिए मुझे जो भी policies बनानी है, जो भी features बनाने हैं, it should address some of his problem. जब तक ये सोच नहीं आएगी, जब तक वो नियत नहीं आएगी, trust me, my friends, it will become very difficult for us to go ahead. Let me tell you some customer service facts. You know, you will be shocked to know हर एक कस्टमर जो कंप्लेन करता है ना आपको, उसके पीछे ऐसे 26 कस्टमर हैं जो कंप्लेन करते ही नहीं है, चुपचाप निकल जाते हैं. There are so many people that you have lost because they have not even complained to you. Now that's alarming. I'm going to share with you the book that you should read, which is called Why Customer Leaves. वहां पर उसने years worth of business is lost by customer simply walking away, by simply customer not being there in your radar. वो आपके यहां से छू हो गया, आपको पता भी नहीं चला. कहा जाता है कि it takes 12 positive incidents to correct one negative incidents. तो आप सोचिए, there is a concept which we teach in customer service is called get it right for the first time. First time right आप उसको ले लीजिए, ठीक है. कहा जाता है कि एक एवरेज कस्टमर जिसके साथ कोई गलती हुई है, वो कम से कम 8 से 16 लोगों को बात करेगा. And quite a bit of them, 20% of them will go ahead and talk to more than 20 as such. So, in today's world of tweet and today's world of instant gratification, today in the world of the social media, your bad review is going up like this. Your reputation is being destroyed overnight if you do not take care of it. And there are so many such incidences which are there, which I'm sure, if you look at it in a very, very positive manner, you will find out how to solve them. It is also said 91% of the customers don't want to do business with you again. And it's also said, which is a खुशी की बात है, कि 70% of the customers are willing to do the business if you resolve their problem. हम ये नहीं कहते कि problem नहीं होगा. जो Nostradamus के बारे में मैं बता रहा था आपको, उसके यहाँ पर भी customers issues हैं, but the way they resolve it wins the customer back. इनकी एक जो legendary service है, उसके बारे में आपको एक किस्सा सुनाना चाहूंगा. Nostradamus, is actually a high-end retailer. So they have got multiple retail shops all over the country. Now, one of the customers walks in and tries and tells them कि इस कंपनी से मैंने 4 टायर लिए थे जो डिफेक्टिव है, आप उसको प्लीज रिप्लेस कर दीजिए. ये जो स्टोरी मैं आपको बता रहा हूं इज देयर इन द गूगल. यू कैन सर्च फॉर द गूगल में स्टोरी आप सुनिए और देखिए. रादर, now this company is a retailer. It does not sell tires. कस्टमर को ये इसलिए था क्योंकि वहां पर जब उसने 2-3 हफ्ते पहले वहां से लिया था, वहां पर किसी और कंपनी का दुकान था. दैट दुकान गॉट चेंज ओवर. उसके बदले अभी इस कंपनी ने अपना वहां पर रिटेल आउटलेट शुरू किया. मगर कस्टमर इंसिस्टेड कि मैंने नहीं यहीं से लिया है. Now they don't even sell tires. So what does that sales clerk do? Remember, so the sales clerk was empowered. I'm using the word empowered. उसको वो authority दी गई थी to resolve any customer issue. उसने उस कस्टमर का टायर वापस लिया और उसको रिफंड दिया. Please understand, they are not in the business of selling tires. And still the sales clerk was authorized, empowered to take back those tires and give refund to the customer. What do you think happened to that? This story went viral on the internet. And 30 years down the line, this story is still quoted as a landmark in customer service. Landmark in customer service. Now just imagine, उन्होंने जो टायर्स दिए few dollars के, वो तो सही बात है, मगर उसके बाद जो उनकी जो पब्लिसिटी हुई है, जो पॉजिटिव रिव्यू मिला है, at any given time, if you can Google it and if you can find out about that company, you will find out they take their customer reviews very, very, very seriously. So therefore, I'm saying complain तो customer करेगा, वो तो उसका जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है. मगर अगर आप उसको resolve करते हो, तो you have a 70% chance of getting a customer back. These are all statistics. So you need to really think very strongly on these. 95% of the customers will work with you again if you instantly solve the problem. See, 70% are willing to come back to you, but 95% of them are willing to do business with you immediately if you resolve instantly. Okay. And कहा जाता है 4% of the dissatisfied customer सिर्फ चिल्लाता है, चीखता है, बाकी 96% कस्टमर चुपचाप चला जाता है. उसको पता है कि यहाँ पर मेरी दाल गलने वाली नहीं है, उसको पता है कि यहाँ पर मेरी बात होने वाली नहीं है, तो वो चुपचाप वहां से निकल जाता है. And I'm so sorry to share this because that 91% don't come back. आप कितने भी कस्टमर लॉयल्टी प्रोग्राम बना लो, आप कितनी भी उसको इंसेंटिव दे दियो, मगर आपने इसको एक बार अगर खो दिया तो खो दिया, वो वापस नहीं आना दोस्त. तो अगर ये सारा बैकग्राउंड है तो आइए समझते हैं कस्टमर्स के कुछ सत्य के बारे में कि कस्टमर क्या होना चाहिए. कहा जाता है the larger the range of products, the more customer centric I am. I would like you to quickly use the chat box and say whether this statement that I made is true or false. If you can tell me whether this statement is true or false. Sushil says false. Parshuram says true. Some of them are saying false. Karthik is saying true. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. I'm happy to know your responses. I wish I was there in person with you and I would have understood the reason of your answers. Right? Ramesh Nayak says 100% false. Thank you so much for responding. I'm so very excited. I'm seeing the response. Yes, the answer is it's a false statement because why? जितने ज्यादा आपके पास प्रोडक्ट के रेंज आए हैं, ये इसलिए आए हैं क्योंकि competition के through आए. It is not because it means that you are going to take. You may have just one product. You may just have one product, but if you do that product, if you take care of that product so well, trust me, you don't have to worry. The reason you have got multiple range, multiple SKUs because of competition has forced you. It's not because the customer says. Good. Let's take a second this. Better technology leads to better customer service. How many of you feel this is a true or a false statement? Quickly. Let's play fastest fingers. Someone says partly true. Okay, I'm getting a lot of true, true, true. Okay. Devendra Kale has said false. That's an interesting answer. Okay. Okay, okay. Partially true. Okay, someone is Mahima saying true. Okay, that's nice. All right. Vinayji says that it's how technology is used on customer benefit uske par depend karta hai. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's understand what is the correct answer. Technology does not help, my friend. It is people who make the difference. आप उस टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे यूज करते हो? Remember, I just started my presentation by saying automation kills loyalty. अभी आपके पास सबसे बढ़िया CRM सिस्टम है, आपके पास टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन बहुत ब्यूटीफुली आपके पास टेलीफोन सिस्टम है, मगर वो टेक्नोलॉजी का फायदा क्या अगर आपके बंदे जो है वहां पर उसको बराबर ट्रेनिंग नहीं दी गई कि कस्टमर के वॉइस को सुनने के लिए. How many of us have experienced when someone talks to us, we feel कि वो सिर्फ रट्टा मार रहा है, वो सिर्फ बातें कर रहा है, हमारे दिल को उसने छुआ नहीं अब तक. She's not connected with us. How many of us feel that way? So yes, CRM is a great enabler, but people, if they use it correctly, that is what makes a difference. So by having a great technology does not mean that you have sorted out the customer problem. I can see some more answers. Any machine is as good as bad man, the man behind. Absolutely, very well said, Ravi. I compliment you on that. You're very true. Absolutely, any machine is dependent upon the person who's behind it and how good or bad it is. Okay. Now, this is a very important question I'm going to ask you. In absence of any relationship, trust builds the brand. I'm repeating. In absence of any relationship, trust builds the brand. You need to tell me whether this statement is true or false. Tripathi just says true. Sushil says true. Vijay sir says true. Okay, okay. I'm saying, I can see most of them are saying, oh, Parminder Singh has said false. That's interesting. Okay, okay. Patil sir says false. Okay, all right, all right. Good, 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 good. You know, trust does not build brand. Let me explain to you. Trust is not at all a differentiator. ये तो bare minimum कस्टमर आपसे एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि जो प्रोडक्ट आपका है वो जो काम करना चाहिए वो काम कर रहा है वो. If my mobile phone is supposed to give me certain features, it better do what it's supposed to do. That much is the basic trust तो होना चाहिए ना मुझे इसके ऊपर. So trust can never be what we call a differentiator. क्योंकि आप मेरे पे भरोसा करोगे इसलिए मेरा कस्टमर सर्विस बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा. बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता ऐसे. Trust is something, the basic which a customer wants from you. It is a basic feature that it should do what it's supposed to do. So इसके लिए तो आपका एक बेसिक ट्रस्ट करता है. इसलिए तो मैंने ये प्रोडक्ट लिया. आज अगर मैंने एक लैपटॉप लिया है तो मैंने इस उम्मीद से लिया है कि इट इज सपोज टू डू व्हाट इट्स सपोज टू डू. ये भरोसा है मुझ पर. तो what am I saying? I'm saying if technology is not a differentiator, brand is not a differentiator, so differentiator क्या है? Differentiator is, as you have rightly guessed, is the customer service. Is how well we give customer our service is a real key differentiator. यहाँ पर मैं quickly चाहूंगा कि chat box में quickly आप लिखें कि what do you think according to you is a customer service? Or one line, quick, top of the mind recall answer आपको जो आ रहा है. What is you think is a customer service आपके हिसाब से? Best turnaround time. There is no finish line. Okay. Okay. Quick response time, even if the problem is unsolvable. That's interesting. Okay. Understanding customers' need and delivery of the same. बहुत बढ़िया. Okay. After sales service, satisfy your customers. Okay. Right solution, right time. That's interesting. To create a wow factor. Very nice. Very nice. Good. Excellent. My smile is not customer. My smile is not customer service. Customers is not customer smile. Okay. हमें देना है देसी definition. I like that. Interesting. All right. Customer delights, high quality and service. Very nice, Shivani. All right. Interesting. All right. Let me give you an idea what, according to me, is customer service, which I have picked up and which I have understood. Customer service is an individual's behavior at a point of customer contact. जब हम कस्टमर के साथ इंटरैक्ट करते हैं उस वक्त मेरा बिहेवियर कैसा है is called customer service. ठीक है. My behavior is so very critical when I am in front of my customer. All right. Now, what is customer experience? Customer experience means आपकी organization की जो policy है, जो behavior है, जैसे उस कस्टमर की वैल्यू जो आपने बताया ना, जैसे आपने बताया फ्रेंड फॉर लाइफ, किसी ने बताया सेफ्टी बताया, ये जो सब सारी जो पॉलिसीज, ये जो ब्रांड प्रॉमिस है, उसको आप कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करते हो सो दैट द पर्सन हु इज डूइंग और हु इज एंगेजिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कस्टमर, ही इज एबल टू डिलीवर इट. दैट्स द डिफरेंस. ओके. नाउ some of you may not be involved in creating the customer experience because you may not be the part of the strategic thinking, or you may not be a part of the top management जहां पर आपको customer experience कैसे feel करना, कैसे define करना, क्या होना चाहिए, वो policy में शायद आप उसमें भागीदार नहीं हो सकते. Some of you in this platform could be responsible for it, but everyone, I'm repeating, everyone is responsible for his behavior when he's talking in front of the customer. Let me tell you one more story quickly. There is this famous group of hotels called Ritz-Carlton के बारे में बता रहा था. वहां पर there was one guest which was lying, and this is written in the book which I'm going to share with you. That customer was lying on the pool side, and the customer remarked to a colleague of the guest ने उसके जो दूसरे जो co-guest है उसको बताया कि मेरी फोन की बैटरी जो है वो लो है, I do not have enough charger. And she felt pool से लेके अपने रूम तक जाने तक या लॉबी तक जाने तक बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा, उसमें काफी चलना पड़ेगा. So she just expressed this to one of the co-guest. अब वहां से उस वक्त एक सफाई कर्मचारी गुजर रहा था जिसने ये बात सुन ली. What that person did, contacted the customer service, and within 10 minutes, someone from the reception came with a charging block and gave it to that customer. And said, we came to know that your phone needs charging. Can you, compliments of the service, can you get the charge? Now, tell me, where is the customer service and where is the customer experience? I hope with this example, I'm able to differentiate. Because in that book, he says it so very clearly. We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. So that organization has empowered all their employees to think only for their customers. अब जो janitor, जो सफाई कर्मचारी वहां से पास हो रहा था, वो इस बात को अनसुना करके चला जा सकता था. But since he was sensitized, जैसे previous case में मैंने बताया, एक accountant was sensitized to find out that the customer was removing the nuts from the chocolate chip, कि उसको बिगर nuts के वाला चाहिए था, और यहाँ पर एक customer को charger चाहिए था. Someone heard it. Why? Because the organization had created that image, that policy, that process, that understanding कि we have to take care of our customer. फिर उसको execute करने के लिए वो शायद janitor ने किया या वहां से किसी और ने ले आया, it doesn't matter. Such incidences will take your organization to the highest level. And this is what we really mean by customer service. Okay, I'm slightly running out of time, so I will run. I would love to develop this as an example, but trust me, this is all what you must understand. You must start thinking how well are you going to execute processes in your organization so that the person at the touch point is able to execute and his behavior is not sharminda, but his behavior is something which creates wow for the customer. Okay. So, according to us, all interaction with customers within the organization while conducting the business, it's a way you provide a service, and it's about treating the customer with respect, individuality, and personal attention. And this is the key word which is important. Okay, so here are very interesting statistics I would like to throw upon here, and I would like to, get some feedback from here. It says very clearly, 70% of the customers go because of poor service. हम सेल्स वालों को एक बुरी आदत है, हमें लगता है कि सर कस्टमर ने इसलिए नहीं खरीदा क्योंकि हमारा प्राइस कॉम्पिटिटिव नहीं था, या इसलिए नहीं खरीदा क्योंकि हमारे प्रोडक्ट में वो सर्विस या फीचर था ही नहीं. श्योर, मैं मानता हूं, बट अधिकांश लोग धंधा इसलिए नहीं करते क्योंकि 70% of them actually go because you give them a poor service. Now, what is in your control? Once you have the customer, you can look after it. You can make sure that he's well taken care of. and he's treated as if it's the very, very important customer, like the first time customer. तो किसी ने कहा है कि जब हम पहले डेट पे जाते थे ना, तो पहली डेट में हम लोग कैसे अपने पार्टनर के लिए बाकी सब कुछ करने के लिए तैयार हैं, और शादी करने के बाद इट इज एक्सेप्टेड, इट इज अंडरस्टूड, इट इज टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड. जिस दिन आपका रिलेशनशिप आपके कस्टमर के साथ फर्स्ट टाइम डेट वाला होगा ना, तो ट्रस्ट मी माय फ्रेंड, ये कस्टमर आपका छोड़ के जाएगा नहीं, आपके साथ चिपक कर रहेगा. You have to make him feel that way. That's the key. That's the intention. That's the thinking that I want you to leave with. Ki, hey, can I create that kind of feeling that, hey, my customer wants to engage with me? क्या वो मैं इसको first meeting वाली feeling दे सकता हूँ, बार बार लगातार, जैसे जेफ बेजोस ने अपने कंपनी एम्प्लॉइज को बोला था कि give them the first day experience. And that is so very critical. So, what are the qualities important for our customers? Okay, I don't want to get into too much of gyan, but these are the few things which research says. Customer wants accurate information. He wants you to be friendly with him. He wants you to resolve his complaints in time. He wants you to be efficient. He wants you to have normal courtesy. उसको अच्छी तरीके से ट्रीट करो. अगर वो वॉकिंग कस्टमर है तो उसको एक कप ऑफ चाय, एक कप ऑफ पानी, व्हाटएवर इट इज, किसी अच्छी तरीके से सर्व करिए. बेसिक कर्टसी. एंड ऑब्वियसली सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि ही वांट्स यू टू बी एब्सोल्युटली ऑनेस्ट विद हिम. ओके, सो व्हेन यू गिव एन आउटस्टैंडिंग सर्विस, यू गेट एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी रिजल्ट्स. और ये लाने के लिए दोस्तों, ये जो छोटी छोटी बातें हैं ना, द आंसर लाइज इन द डिटेल्स. छोटी छोटी बातें हैं, उसमें आप ध्यान रखिए, उसको नजरअंदाज मत कर दीजिए. ठीक है, अगर उसको आपने नजरअंदाज कर दिया तो ये जो छोटी छोटी गलतियां हैं, ये छोटे छोटा ये चीजें, उससे आपका कस्टमर डिससैटिस्फाइड हो जाता है. There is a concept which we will teach you when you become a part of this, is how do you get your act first time right? Because trust me, there are no second chances. So can you get your act first time right? So be very, very particular. Keep your eye on the ball, keep the eye in the details. Choti choti baaton pe dhyan rakho. And that is where an ordinary person can then give an extraordinary service. और इसके वजह से हम लोग customer delight पे पहुंच जाएंगे. Okay. So needless to say, ये बड़ा सिंपल है कि इफ यू हैव अ सर्विस ओरिएंटेड एम्प्लॉइज जिसकी सोच सर्विस की तरफ है, तो कस्टमर सेटिस्फाइड होगा. अगर वो सेटिस्फाइड होगा तो सेल अच्छे होंगे. सेल अच्छा होगा तो यू विल हैव बेटर रेवेन्यू, बेटर प्रॉफिट्स, एंड इनडायरेक्ट. So it's like a good circle, but someone has to take the initiative. Someone has to start giving that customer service, that orientation, that feeling. ये बहुत देना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, so now ये सब हो गया हमें why we have to do this. Why it is so important to give a good customer service, and I'm sure all of you are well aware of this. मैंने कोई नई बात नहीं बताई आपको, मैंने सिर्फ आपका ध्यान आकर्षक करने की कोशिश की और आपको मजबूर करने की कोशिश की. Now let's come to the how part, कि हम ये करेंगे कैसे. ठीक है, because this has been my personal experience and with so many years of 30 plus years of sales experience, कि अगर मैं कस्टमर को सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू देता हूं, I get the best compensation for that. You see, there is a misnomer saying that if my price is very competitive. You see, I would love to use the word price ke badle, I would love to use the word called value. If I can create that value to my customer, then he or she would be more than happy to give me the best money that I demand. So let's see how are we as a professional going to do this. And I'm going to take this very quickly with an example. Okay. It is said, customers will pay more when they feel the value that you're going to give is the highest. जब उसके मन में उसकी फीलिंग आएगा कि जो मुझे वैल्यू मिल रहा है from this is the highest, वो आपको ज्यादा पैसा देने के लिए तैयार हो जाएगा. Right? Now, how does it work? Let's take a very small example. आप सब लोग कॉफी बीन के बारे में जानते होंगे. कॉफी बीन, I'm sure all of us are, if not all, most of us are coffee lovers. तो can you tell me, जो कॉफी बीन होती है ना, कॉफी बीन जो कॉफी के सीड्स होते हैं, उसकी कीमत मार्केट में लगभग 300 रुपए किलो के हिसाब से बिकती है. So it is just a commodity. Commodity मतलब एक धातु है. It is just a धातु. Now, if you can tell me, my friends, what is the use of that commodity? If you can use your chat box, and if you can tell me quickly, very quickly, what is the use of that commodity? वो धातु का use क्या है जिसकी कीमत 300 रुपया cost है? Quickly, if you can use the chat box and tell me what is coffee beans used for, apart from making coffee, of course. उसके अलावा stimulus, okay, it's a raw material, okay. Coffee powder, Manisha says, very nice. Face mask, okay. Mahima ji, thank you so much. See, cake essence, okay. See, coffee as a commodity, as you notice, has got limited use. And thank you so much for all these answers. All right. But you know what? It has got a very limited use. Okay. One of the use, जिसने stimulus लिखा है, I'm assuming कि he meant as a स्मेल न्यूट्रलाइजर. क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है ना कि जब हम कुछ परफ्यूम खरीदने जाते हैं तो अगर आपने नोटिस किया होगा, आपको एक परफ्यूम स्मेल कराता है, दूसरी परफ्यूम ये कराता है, तो जैसे कि आपको उसको थोड़ा डिस्टिंग्विश करने में आ जाए तो उसलिए क्या करता है, वो आपको कॉफी बीन देता है ऐसे स्मेल करने के लिए. उसके यहाँ पर एक छोटा जार होता है, उसको आप स्मेल करते हो तो वो स्मेल से आपका जो न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाता है. दैट इज अनदर यूज ऑफ कॉफी बीन. अगर आपने किसी अच्छी 5 स्टार प्रॉपर्टी में अगर आपने डिनर टेबल देखा होगा, सजावट देखा होगा, तो वहां पर कॉफी बीन इज यूज्ड एज अ लॉट ऑफ डेकोरेशन. सो कॉफी बीन हैज limited application, has a limited use. Okay, now let's see what happens when the coffee is converted into what we call coffee powder. जैसे यहां पर आप में से किसी लोगों ने बताया है कि अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे, वो कॉफी को हम लोग कॉफी सीड्स को हम लोग ब्लेंड करेंगे, उसमें हम चिकोरी ऐड करेंगे, उसको रॉ जो होता है ना अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पे हम लोग उसको रोस्ट करते हैं. तो अब ये क्या हो गया, एक कमोडिटी, एक अब क्या हो गया, एक यूनिक प्रोडक्ट हो गया. और यहाँ पर आई एम श्योर यू विल एग्री विथ मी कि एक 100 ग्राम्स ऑफ नेस्कैफे यूजुअली 200 सवा 200 रुपए इज व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, राइट. सो नाउ the coffee bean has transformed itself into what we call a coffee powder by some value addition. And what is the value addition? उसमें चिकोरी ऐड किया हुआ है, उसको रोस्ट किया गया है, एंड सर्टेन टेम्परेचर पे उसको ग्राइंड किया गया है. So now that form of commodity has changed, has become what we call a unique aromatic powder. और उसको अच्छी से पैकेज किया गया है, called Nescafe Select. और उसी शीशी के लिए अभी आप 200 रुपया 100 ग्राम के लिए देने के लिए तैयार हो गए. ठीक है. So there has been a value addition. All right. All right. Now what happens? Let's take the next step. यही कॉफी, नेस्कैफे कॉफी, आप मुंबई के किसी भी अच्छे उडुपी रेस्टोरेंट पे चले जाइए. फिलहाल तो आप जा नहीं सकते बिकॉज ऑफ लॉकडाउन, मगर जब आप जा रहे थे तो एक अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट में, एक अच्छे फास्ट फूड काइंड ऑफ प्लेस में आपको क्या मिलता है, यू गेट अ गुड हॉट कॉफी. यूजुअली द प्लेस वेयर यू हैव द कॉफी इज क्लीन, द टेबल इज क्लीन, the coffee is served in the hygienic condition. So what happens to us is we get now good service. The same coffee powder, शायद 10 ग्राम कॉफी पाउडर वो दूध और पानी में मिलाकर उसको एक अच्छी से प्याली में लेके आता है, और जहां पर आप बैठे वो जगह साफ सुथरी है, पंखा चल रहा है, और फटाफट आप कॉफी पीते हो. गरम गरम कॉफी होती है, आप गरम कॉफी पीते हो, आप उसको 20-25 रुपए देने के लिए तैयार हो जाते हो. बराबर है. अब क्या हो गया, वो कॉफी पाउडर के अंदर क्या वैल्यू ऐड हो गया, उसमें दो चीज का ऐड हुआ, दो इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऐड हो गए, दूध और पानी ऐड हो गया, शक्कर ऐड हो गया, और एक सर्विस ऐड हो गई. क्या सर्विस थी, आपको एक क्लीन जगह में मिला, एक हाइजीनिक कंडीशन में मिला, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली आपको क्विक सर्विस मिली. आप वहां पर 10-15 मिनट में आपने कॉफी पिया, आपने बिल चुकता किया और आप वहां से निकल पड़े. So what you paid is, you not paid for the coffee bean, you didn't pay for the coffee powder, but you paid for the service. So you paid slightly more for the service. Now let's take it to the one more level. आजकल बरिस्ता और सीसीडी, स्टारबक्स का बहुत जमाना है कि नहीं. तो वहां पर वही एक प्याली कॉफी जो हम उडुपी में 20-25 रुपए की पीते थे, शायद यहाँ पर 150 रुपए से ज्यादा हो गई. क्यों भाई, कॉफी तो वही है, वही दूध, वही पानी, मगर अब इसकी कीमत 150 रुपया क्यों? क्योंकि अब वहां पर एक माहौल बदल गया है. वेरी क्विकली अगर आप लोग चैट बॉक्स में आकर मुझे बताएंगे कि जब हम सीसीडी में कॉफी पीने जाते हैं या बरिस्ता में कॉफी पीने जाते हैं या स्टारबक्स में कॉफी पीने जाते हैं, तो व्हाट आर द अदर थिंग्स दैट वी एक्सपीरियंस अपार्ट फ्रॉम ड्रिंकिंग दैट कप ऑफ कॉफी। एक उडुपी में कॉफी पीना और एक बरिस्ता या सीसीडी या स्टारबक्स में कॉफी पीने में फर्क क्या है? क्विकली अगर आप चैट बॉक्स पे आ जाएंगे तो इट विल हेल्प मी। Someone says value added services, ambience, AC environment, branding, young crowd. I like that. Presentation, fantastic. Very good, very good. Service quality, personal experience in some cases, excellent, excellent. Feel good factor, music, that's very nice. So you see, क्या हुआ है मेरे दोस्तों? What have you done? From a simple serving cup of coffee, it has now become an value added experience. और वो एक्सपीरियंस क्या था? जैसे आप सब लोगों ने अभी लिखा है, ऑल ऑफ यू आर बैंग ऑन। एम्बियंस, म्यूजिक, यंग क्राउड, और वहां पर आप घंटों बैठ सकते हो। सी, जब आप उडुपी में जाके कॉफी पीने हो जाएगा ना, 10 मिनट के बाद वो आपको आपका वेटर आके आपको बिल देता है, आपको बिल चुकता करना पड़ता है। वो बोलता है कि सर 10 मिनट में निकलिए आप। मगर जब आप बरिस्ता में जाते हो तो वहां पर आप एक कॉफी कप पकड़ के बैठिए, 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा जितना टाइम है, कोई आपको वहां से हिलाएगा नहीं। एंड यंगस्टर्स दैट्स व्हाई लव इट। In fact, there is a story behind how CCD was formed. I don't know, just a side story that I'll just share with you. The first CCD store was opened in Bangalore, and the owner that time felt the young couples did not have any place to sit down where they could spend some time closely with each other. Understand, young couples in a crowded city like Bangalore did not have enough time to meet up because, you know, jahan par bhi, and this gentleman saw one traffic havaldar kisi ko aise hakalte hue kisi young couple ko hata, so he thought ki hey, in such a crowded place there are some private moments which youngsters would want. Where can I give him? And therefore he said the best places he can have it in a coffee shop. And therefore if you notice that branding bhi unka kitna beautiful hai, a lot can happen over coffee. So the purpose was not to serve coffee. Please understand, the purpose was to give you an ambience. The purpose was to give you an environment जहां पर आप बैठकर थोड़ा रिलैक्स होके कॉफी भले पीजिए, साथ साथ में आप जिसके साथ भी आए हो रिलैक्स कीजिए, म्यूजिक सुनिए, यंग क्राउड को देखिए, जो करना है। और उसके लिए वी आर विलिंग टू पे 150 to 200 bucks also. और कभी आपने नोटिस किया होगा, जब सीसीडी में जब आप ऑर्डर करने जाते हो तो ऑर्डर लेते वक्त वो जब आपको पूछता है कि कैन आई ऐड सम मोर वैल्यू एडेड, कैन आई ऐड दिस अरोमा, कैन आई ऐड दिस फ्लेवर, कैन आई ऐड दिस, और हर एक का वो 15 रुपया, 20 रुपया, 25 रुपया थोड़ा थोड़ा वैल्यू ऐड करता है। वो बेस कॉफी इज द सेम, but he keeps adding a little more value added services. Trust me, they make more money on that value added services rather than the cup of coffee. So now we have taken it to the next level where we are willing to pay 150 bucks because we have got a wow, a unique experience. Now let's take it to the last level. यही कॉफी आप किसी 5-star प्रॉपर्टी में पीने जाते हो, वहां पर कीमत 350 से 500 रुपया होती है कि नहीं सर? अब आप बताइए, कॉफी तो वही है ना, उसी बीन से निकली थी, उसी को रोस्ट किया था, उसी को दूध और पानी डाला उसमें। मगर अभी क्योंकि आप एक 5-star प्रॉपर्टी में कॉफी पी रहे हो, तो आप यू आर मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड टू पे एज मच एज 500 bucks. So may I know very quickly, if you come to the chat box and tell me, why are you willing to pay 500 rupees for a cup of coffee in a 5-star property? Business meetings, good interiors. I love that. उडुपी में आपको अपनी औकात बता देता 10 मिनट में. Thank you so much. Ravi ji, so very well said. Serving style, the way it is served is important. So you all agree with me that there you're not really going to drink a coffee there? You're not really going to drink coffee there, isn't it? आप इसलिए जा रहे हो वहां पर क्योंकि जैसे किसी ने बताया, अबे आपकी औकात आ गई, now you have a pride, now you want to show status. You see, the value added services starts at the time when your car enters the driveway. आपने नोटिस किया होगा जब आप किसी 5 स्टार लॉबी में एंटर ही करते हो, जैसे ही आपकी गाड़ी आती है तो एक वैले आता है आपकी गाड़ी को पार्किंग के लिए, और वहां पर जो दरबार होता है जिसकी मूछें एकदम मस्त है, वो आपको एकदम रॉयल सल्यूट देता है वो आपको. सो नाउ व्हाट डू यू फील? द वे यू वॉक फ्रॉम the main lobby to the restaurant where you are about to drink the coffee, the entire journey when you walk, you will meet, if at all you meet some hotel staff, they will have a smile on their face and they will greet you. Good morning, sir. Good evening, sir. Now you're walking through that. And if you go to any good 5-star property, there's a hosted which will say table for 2, table for 1, table for 4. They will ask you and they will escort you to that place, a comfortable corner in that place. And maybe they will pull the chair. So what has happened is now we have got few things very clear. I'm going to drink the coffee there, not because I really want to drink the coffee, but the way it makes me feel. So please understand, कॉफी बीन वही है जो 300 रुपए वाला किलो है, मगर यहाँ पर आप 500 रुपए एक कप देने के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे. Why? Because of very simple reason. We pay more for a unique product than commodity, but we pay more for an exceptional service, but we are willing to pay more for a unique experience. And finally, when there is a meaningful transformation, जब आपके हृदय को टच हो जाता है, जब आपको लगता है कि हाँ मैं कुछ अचीव किया है, मैं को कुछ लेने के बाद कुछ ये है, then you create the greatest value. In fact, it's very quickly said, you know, I'll just quickly rush through this. This is what I want you to highlight. I want you to ask this question very honestly to yourself. Ki what level is your customer service? Is it at a commodity level where a customer just feels he's got a commodity, or where he is feeling that I am at a meaningful transformation, where he feels, ki, wow, this company has made me feel awesome. You have to go through this journey. And when you are at this level of engagement with your customer, my friends, trust me, you will get the greatest value. And how do we want to do this? How do we want to reach out to this? This is something which you will have to internally brainstorm. But your mindset has to be very clear that I'm going to make my customer feel at this level. And if you can get that feeling right, trust me, you're home. All right. So finally, I would like to close with a very simple slide. See, normally what is visible on an iceberg is the business needs, right? Price, scheme, promotion, service, ये तो सब है. But what the customer wants is he wants respect, comfort, appreciation, loyalty and trust. अगर आप ये जो hidden needs है customer का, ये जो छुपा हुआ दर्द है उसका, अगर आप उसको touch कर पाते हो, उसको अगर आप हिला पाते हो और वहां पर आप कनेक्ट कर पाते हो, तो कस्टमर कहीं नहीं गया आपका. ये आपकी मजबूरी है और ये आप कर सकते हो, because you can engage with him as one human being to another human being, treat him with respect, treat him with comfort and make him feel wow. If this is what you do, trust me, ट्रांजैक्शन लेवल पे तो सब लोग काम करते हैं, सिस्टम की आड़ में काफी लोग काम करते हैं, मगर जब आप एक उसको अपना पार्टनर समझ के काम करते हो, जब उसके साथ इंगेज करके काम करते हो, तो नॉट ओनली आपका टाइम एंड मनी एफर्ट का जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है वो सही जाएगा, मगर आपकी जो सोच है उसमें बड़ा परिवर्तन आएगा. सो विद दिस आई वुड लाइक टू रियली क्लोज, and these are the recommended reading and research I would like you to do. Why the Customers Leave. It's a brilliant book, excellent wins by Mr. Horst, who is the owner of and Nostradam, which is a departmental store जिसके बारे में मैं बात कर रहा था, जिसके मैंने example दिया आपको. Okay. Now, before I conclude, let me just share one personal story. All of you know that I am from Eureka Forbes, and Eureka Forbes is very close to my heart. And whatever I am today, I say मैं कण आभारी हूँ उस कंपनी का, because जिसने मुझे ये ट्रेनिंग दी है. अब मैं उसी के साथ एक इंसिडेंट आपके साथ वेरी क्विकली शेयर करना चाहूंगा कि वेरी हाल ही में मेरे बिल्डिंग में जहाँ पर मैं रहता हूँ, वहां पर देयर वाज वन कस्टमर जिसका हमारा एक एक्वागार्ड करके प्रोडक्ट है वो चल नहीं रहा था, और बिकॉज दे न्यू दैट आई वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ यूरेका फोर्ब्स, उसने मुझे फोन करके बताया और बोला कि कैन यू हेल्प मी आउट. I contacted some service people, they came over, they did whatever they had to do. Unfortunately, the complaint was still not resolved because there was some spare part that was not available. And जब मैंने उस कस्टमर से फॉलो अप किया, तो वो कस्टमर ने मुझे बड़े चिढ़कर बोला कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, अभी तक उसने स्पेयर पार्ट नहीं दिया, ये नहीं दिया, एंड उसने बोलता ना राशन पानी लेके मेरे पे वो ये हो गई. एंड सडनली शी रियलाइज कि I'm not even the employee of Eureka Forbes and I'm still telling you. She said, Mr. Keswani, I'm so sorry. You're my friendly neighbor. You're trying to help me. But you know what? I said, don't worry, ma'am. I'm still a part of Eureka Forbes because I still believe in that and I will make sure that it is sorted out. Now, that is the attitude that I always carried when I was in Eureka Forbes, but I'm out of Eureka Forbes. That attitude is something which is there within you. And if you have that attitude, your customer service will be Chumeshwari. All the very best. Viren, please take it over from here.
Thank you so much, Prakash. Thank you so much. And the best part is all these things we are all aware. And the biggest challenge is going in the application part. And I think your last story summed it really well. That it doesn't matter, and ultimately it's the man behind the product, or I'll say it's a man behind that service, which is more important, man or woman behind that product or service, which is more important to create that experience. Now, all of you know, I hope this session was at least an eye opener for you, or at least give you some thoughts, provoking thoughts. Now, what you can do in terms of improving the customer relationship. Now, these are the two books which Prakash has recommended, and as a gesture, since you're attending this webinar, so what we are going to do is we are going to ask you a small favor, and this is the link which you will also get. I'm just sharing that link on the chat box, and yeah, this is the link. Go to this link and share at least one learning from today's session. And what we are going to do is we'll pick up two people who will share their insight, their feedback about the session on this link, and we are going to send you these two books as a gesture. And so click on this link, go ahead and write your comments, write reviews about today's session, and also mention one of the strong learning which you take back from this session, which you are going to apply. Once again, I'll just post that link, and this link you'll also get in an email once we are done with the session. Also, we are going to share you the recording of this session, because at times it becomes really difficult to consume everything in 90 minutes and reflect back. So we are going to give you an extended support of looking at this recording. Going forward, also those who wanted to go, before we open up for the question and answer round, what we have done is those who wanted to go more deeper into understanding the customer relationship, what we have created a playbook. Now, the playbook is in the form of an extended program, because in 90 minutes, it's really difficult to cover everything in form of templates, tools, technique. So what we have done is we created a playbook, and the playbook is in the form of a rapid learning, rapid implementation. Of course, it will be virtual, and will be having a focused approach. So what Prakash has done, and Prakash has created a module, masterclass on customer relationship. These are the 5 areas where we have identified, and we'll be doing this in the form of a session, and each module will be for 2 hours. It will be live, and it will be for a small group of people. And in these 5 modules, what we are going to cover is all the 30 years or 35 years of rich experience of Prakash, with his strong knowledge in terms of customer service, plus the tools and templates which he has created over a period of time, which he is using to serve his customer. And Prakash, if you can share the number of the customers you are directly in touch with, can you just share that number? Prakash, you're there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so I was asking that can you just share the relationship you have built over a period of time, and if I have to put in numbers, how many numbers of customers you interact?
It's a very difficult question to answer, Viren, because you know what? All my 35 years, I've been very, very customer centric, and till date, trust me, unsolicited, I speak to at least one customer on a daily basis. So I'm always on the edge.
Right.
I'm always that I have, because I don't know किसका वो फोन होगा, वो किस इंटेंशन से उसने फोन किया होगा, वो दुखी होगा, परेशान होगा, इसलिए उसने मुझे फोन किया. So I must have handled more than, in my professional capacity, thousands of customers, but till date, on a daily basis, I still engage with one customer on a daily basis.
And the most important part of is you have to standardize this practice, also giving a unique experience to each of customers. This has come in the form of a module. So in the module 1, we help you in understanding the customer-centric blueprint. How do you create and understand and develop qualities which are important for customers? Module 2, how do you build those relationships which stays for a longer duration? Module 3, we help you in how do you manage different kind of customers. Module 4, how do you actually go out and resolve customer issues, and module 5 is how do you retain all your customers and do a repeat business from them. So this will be in the form of a program, and post this session you will be receiving a mail with all the relevant links. If you wish to enroll for the program, there are two ways you can enroll for the program. One, it will be an open batch, and we'll be starting that open batch somewhere in the first week of November. Sorry, yeah, 5th of November will be starting. Also, in that mail, you'll be getting a discount coupon of 2,000 rupees. Since you're attending this webinar, utilize this discount coupon if you wish to enroll. Secondly, if you wanted to do this program, conduct this program in your organization, you can reply on the same mail, and we can also customize this program for you if you wanted to have a very, very focused approach for your organization. So these are the ways you can engage with us and post this webinar. Also, and post these sessions, also we engage you with various articles and learning library. We open up our learning management system for you to access all the learnings which can help you to develop a more customer-centric, and plus also develop various capability to manage your profession in more effective and efficient way. So that's all from my end, and we are all open for questions. So use your question answer section rather than chat, so that we can one by one we can answer those questions. If you have any questions from Prakash or me, you wanted to know more or any specific concern when it comes to customer service, maintaining a customer relationship, please feel free to ask as many as questions. So another 5 minutes we have for questions. Once again, a reminder, use this link, share your review, share one learning from this session, and make your chances to get those two lovely books which Prakash has recommended. Yeah, and we are all open for questions. You can also type your questions.
I'm worried when there are no questions, that means कुछ सुनना नहीं है, कुछ करना नहीं है, अब हमें जाना है, या बाकी सब कुछ समझ में आ गया.
I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes, and okay, we have.
Okay, can I make a suggestion? See, if you really genuinely feel that at this point of time you do not want to do it publicly, feel free to contact Viren or me and share your questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. Because our intent is very clear, that we are here to share our experience, to share what we have learned, so that you can become a better. Because whatever I have done today, I have learned it from somewhere. Someone has been responsible for shaping this. So I'm more than happy to take it forward. This is the way we
Prakash,
take forward.
There are questions, but I'm not able to see the question answer comment. And if you're able to see, just try.
What is the success mantra to ensure we have synergy to surge? And Ramesh Nayak says all departments need to work in synergy, which is the biggest practical challenge. I totally agree with you, Ramesh ji, that unless and until there is something called cohesiveness, unless and until it's like, I remember बहुत पहले जब मैंने एक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अटेंड किया था, तो वहां पर मुझे 3 स्टूल का एग्जांपल दिया था. If you have to sit on a stool, they have got 3 legs, and each leg is important. अगर एक लेग को निकाल दोगे तो टूट जाओगे, गिर जाओगे. So similarly, as an organization, everyone has to have that attitude that everyone is responsible for customers. I may be facing the customer, that's fine. But unless and until I do not take care of my internal and external customers, I will never be able to do it. So the first thing, the thought process has to come in. The thinking has to come in. Ki we are all for the customer. So we will take care of our customer. Agar ye ek holistic feeling aayegi, so you will feel great. And second part is when you are doing your behavior at an individual level, जब आप अपने पर्सनल कैपेसिटी में कर सकते हो, तो गो बैक टू दैट अकाउंटेंट वाले. वो अकाउंटेंट का कोई काम नहीं था वहां पर जाके देखना है डस्टबिन में कि उसने वो नट्स बच गए थे, मगर फिर भी जाके उसने वहां पर बताया. So you have to be a very responsible in your behavior. It may not be directly in your this, but if your attitude is there to serve the customer right, you will point out, you will bring it out to the notice of your organization, and I'm sure they will take cognizant of what you have to do. So at an individual level, you can do whatever your best you can do, but at an organization level, you have to work together, and we can work together and make it happen.
So Prakash, we have another question from Vijendra, and he asks, what are the areas or tools to improve poor service? Can I answer this? I recently experienced. So Vijendra,
Sure, Virendra, go ahead.
can add to that. See what happened at times. We have different experience for customer, and every time it's not easy to make everybody happy. But what you can do is the first part, and the first part is and I've learned it a very hard way. First is have an empathy towards that person, because a lot of things automatically get resolved, and if you put be empathetic towards that customer, that's the first key. See, nobody shout because they enjoy shouting. Nobody give you poor rating because they wanted to give a poor rating. Somewhere they maybe they might have hurt, or we might not be able to see things from their eyes. Or when we say think yourself and put yourself in customer shoes, I want to add one line to that, and most of the time we forget is to remove our own shoes. So it's very important to when you're putting in yourself in customer shoes, better you remove your shoes and then put. So I think that's the very easiest way. Be empathetic, listen to them, and rather than you thinking, ask them what could make them or happy or contented around that. So I think that's, Prakash, anything you want to add?
In fact, as you were saying this, Viren, it reminded me of my time when I was with Modi Xerox. Part of my KRA was customer satisfaction score. And what we used to say is, it was a part of my KRA as a business head. And we used to get this KRA, this customer satisfaction service done by an outsider. So there was no way we could internally influence it. And I was very clearly told that if my satisfaction score which was at 98 at that time, if it drops to 95 for any reason, I will not have a job with Xerox. That was told to me on day one of joining. Now, please understand, I can always say that I am super boss, so I don't have to look after all the service element because the engagement is there at the grassroots level. But my mindset, my attitude was very clear. If any phone call came from any customer for any issue, Prakash Keswani went out of his way to resolve that in the next 30 minutes to make sure everything I could drop, because that was my top priority, because that's the way the organization had focused it to me. So when you talk about tools, when you talk about this, unless and until there's an internal mechanism to work this out, you will never be able to measure it, right? And you can keep doing. In this book, he mentions, that he has done countless surveys. He keeps saying that, listen to your customer, because they have a story. Every complaining customer is giving an opportunity to listen to him properly, boss. आप सुनते नहीं हो, आप customer अपनी policy बताते हो, आप तकलीफ वहां पर आती है, दोस्त. So this is where I feel that if you listen to the customer, what Viren said, with empathetically, you would be able to solve all the problems. And that's the biggest tool. That's the biggest tool. He wants to do business with you, boss. He doesn't want to let you go.
Another question Trupti is asking is, how do we, or what best act of balancing the customer satisfaction versus organization profit? I'm also tempted to answer this question, Prakash, if you allow.
Okay. Because I'll just put my one line to this. I'll just put one line to this, Viren. Yeah. This is a no-brainer. If you don't have customer satisfaction, forget about your organization profit. वो आप अपने आप को, you're fooling yourself by saying I'm making a profit. Profits are measured in two ways. One is a tangible profit and one is an intangible profit. If you're focusing on tangible profit, then you may sacrifice some of the customer service satisfaction index. But if you're focused on intangible, if you get your customer will pay you again. Trust me, it will pay you. Don't be short term. Don't be, बोलते ना, थोड़ा दूरदृष्टि रखिए आप. जब तक आपका एक satisfied customer है, एक साल आपने profit दिखा दिया, उससे आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. थोड़ा कम profit दिखाइए, invest in your customers, and you will, I'm sure it will invest and it will reap many folds. So this is my one bit on this. Viren, over to you.
Yeah. So to adding to that, no, Trupti, I want to have a reflection on two areas. One is your customer acquisition cost, and at times, no, we get no carried away with the numbers that no, this is my actually customer acquisition cost. Now, just to give you an example, if you acquire a customer and assume you spend 1,000 rupees on that, now that could not actually be your actual customer acquisition cost. Is the time you have invested in interacting, the amount of calls which you might have responded to him, and the finally it added to a customer acquisition cost. So first is reflect on what is your customer's acquisition cost and what is a window where you can stretch no, on the things which doesn't cost money, right? That's the first part. Second part is, while onboarding a customer, always look at the what is the lifetime value of that customer.
Very well said.
How he can give you, or maybe he might be buying you from only one time, but there are possibilities he can refer you to 10 other clients where your customer acquisition cost is absolutely zero. So while this could be another way, it for finance guys, it's extremely difficult when you sit in front of them. It's very difficult to understand. But no, if an organization build a culture around it, and if that thought process is there, both the things are can be managed. Trust you me, I have lost no uh, uh, almost 55 lakh rupees on an order just because of a 2,000 rupees of investment if I could have done. And in some cases it was just my one phone call. I lost that order. But when I look at all those things, the best is developing a system, but also having a human flavor towards that. So that's my suggestion, or maybe my experience for this. So another question Karthikeyan asks is how to satisfy the customer in all aspects.
I think Viren, you have answered this. First, learn to listen to him. आपको आप वही बताएगा मुझे कैसे satisfy करना है. वही बताएगा. हर customer unique है, हर solution unique है.
Yeah, and also see, it's really difficult to satisfy everybody. Everybody has its own need, but as an overall organization culture, you should also. I'm not saying that you should be every time in that mode, but at least have your ceiling where you need to stop. At times people really act funny also. They take undue advantage of you showing or portraying a customer centric approach. So you need to also have that balance towards that, where you actually have to say no, and it should be across organization. At least that bar should be there. John, I think it was a great session, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for being there. And it truly means a lot to us that you spending almost more than 90 minutes with us. I'm sure you have tens of hundreds of priorities to attend, but you made a priority to attend for this session, and it really means a lot to us. And with folded hands, thank you so much. All I want to do is, every Tuesday and every Friday, we do such sessions. Keep attending these sessions, and at least take one or two takeaways. And you never know, one or two takeaways can really transform the way, or it can really help in the areas where you are struggling. So keep learning, keep growing, keep moving. That's my message. And thank you, Prakash, once again for spending this 90 minutes rich session with us. It's really difficult to get everything in a more structured way for in a session, but you truly did a fantastic job. With an ending note, once again a reminder, do share your reviews, help us to reach out to more and more people. And as we shared that, share your one strong learning, and we'll be more than happy to share these two lovely books with you. We'll randomly pick up, so please don't get disheartened if we miss out your name. We'll randomly pick up two person, and where we can send this books to them. So with that, Prakash, unless you have any closing comments to make.
Thank you so much, Viren, for organizing this and allowing me to be a part of this, because trust me, this was a wonderful experience for me too. And I really, really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving this opportunity. And a big thank you to all the participants who understood what I was trying to convey. And I was told at given point there were more than 100 people, and some of them had to go on Facebook. So we are very, very encouraged by your response. And this, trust me, pushes us to do better and better, do better research, and come out with some basic fundamental truths about the business, so that you can grow and we all can benefit from together. Thank you so much once again, Viren. Thank you to all participants. God bless. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we will see you soon.
Thank you so much.